Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm really happy to be here and share this history of excellence of my team. I'm really proud to be the leader of this team. I'm really proud to be the CEO of this company and this team. I have a challenge here. I have to tell you a long story in a short time, and with a foreign language for me. So let's do it. I hope you understand me. Here we start. Who is Equión? Equión is an oil and gas company, and it's a result of the acquisition that Ecopetrol, the national oil company of Colombia, and Repsol, at that time Talisman, made of British Petroleum Colombia. So that was a big challenge at that time. We produce and operate almost 60,000 barrels per day of gas and oil, and we have 300 direct employers, and almost 1,000 indirect jobs that we create through contractors. We operate with high technology, drilling deep wells of up to 20,000 feet. That's a big challenge that we have in our operations. Where we are located, where we operate in a region of Casanare, Colombia, it's in the map. And this region in Casanare has a lot of things to healing. We are talking about healing, and when this morning someone asked, or yesterday, if we need healing, this region needs healing. Healing because the history of violence that passed through these regions in Colombia. So a big challenge for us as a company in the region. And what was our challenge there? In 2010, after the acquisition of British Petroleum, we have a big challenge. Transforming into the company with a new name. Equión was a new name there, and with lack of identity, lack of reputation at that time, and moving to the more local business without the support of the multinational. There was also an assumption among our employees, BP employees, that they lost opportunity because they were working in a local company with a new name that doesn't mean anything for them. And we had the pressure of the investors, of course, for a prompt paying back the inversion. So that was a big challenge. The first year, we had a fatality. It means one of our operators dead in the operation with an accident just 2 months after we closed the acquisitions. We didn't meet our goals. So it was really a crisis there within team and lack of credibility of all of us around. So we started in 2011. We really want to grow and improve what we had lived at that year, 2011. 2011, so we start doing something. So we start with a survey, and a survey to assess the satisfaction of the employees and the culture of the company. We did that to Great Place to Work, just to have qualified that and have the compare that to the best companies. So we apply that survey every year, and we improve every year. We boost at our results, and at the end of 2017 and 18, we get to the point to have exceptional results. What does mean exceptional results? It means that we meet our goals 10% more than we established in all our balance scorecard, in the operational, financial, safety, social, and Great Place to Work index. And also, we get to the point of excellence in a Great Place to Work survey. What does mean that? Now, Equión is one of the top 5 companies in Latin America and in Colombia to be a best place to work. So we are really proud of that. We get to that point working with the team and improving every year with a clear action plan. We dream it, we declare it, and we take action. But other things important is that others recognize what we did. So we have received several awards during all these years. But I think one of the most important, special one, really, is the one that we received this year in a Women Economic Forum. And they name us as an iconic company creating a better world for all. So we present to them all the programs that we did, and they really give that award to us. The other thing, we have been recognized to have a great culture to innovate. That is really important because, as I told you, we use a lot of technology, so to have this innovation culture is important to improve everything and to use the technology. How we did that? We define a higher purpose. We define it with a workshop with our families, contractors, communities. We did a lot of activity to define this purpose, and that's what it moves us every day to work. Our purpose is we will trustworthy human relationships to generate sustainable energy that transform life and contribute to the prosperity of the community. With happiness, we take on challenges to achieve goals that seem impossible. Sometimes they told me that it's too long. Whatever. It's our purpose, and we made it all together, and we are really proud and do it. It happens to all. And we lead them with values. We define some values. I'm going to talk just about the value of life. It was one of the main ones, and even in the oil and gas company where we have safety, a lot of safety because the risk to work in our operation. And we define a mission and a vision. I want just to highlight in the vision that at that time, in 2011, we decided to be recognized for having a happy, innovating, and passionate people with unique talent. At that time, in 2011, talking about happy people in the vision of the oil and gas company, that wasn't sound really great. And even with the company, leading by a woman. Emotional, but we did it. We did it, and now we are an example in the industry and in other industries of that. Happy people who create excellence. So we really became a people-oriented, and that started for respecting each other, respecting the individuality of each one. We focus in working of being free, being ourselves. We took from all of our members of the team the better of them, the hearts, the big smile all the time. We did those kind of activity to put things in the dolls just to show, each one can show what they want. As well as we define the dreams of the company, the strategy of the company, we do some exercise with the POSIT to know the dreams of the employees, of the member of the team. And we care about those dreams. So we set a goal of all the company, not just to meet the strategy and the goals of the company, but also each one of us has a dream, and we have to make it. With the lack of identity, being a BP, English, Colombian, Spanish company, it makes us things. So we need to define our own identity. So with a group of people from different areas, we create that cultural model that we call a conscientious culture. And with this culture, so we define the behaviors for work together. We respect the people. That is the big hands of this character there. And he received things for work together, work in Equión. How are the rules for work together? And I just want to highlight a couple of them that I really like. I accept and learn from my mistakes and achievement. Learn all the time. And learn from the mistake. Be open. We can commit mistakes. But learn from it and care about others. Other one, I enjoy what I do and promote happiness in people. That's in the leaders. That's in each person that works there. How to promote that happiness in the people. And many of our engineers start asking how to do that. And each one find a way to do it. And we have a platform where we recognize each other, wherever in the organization, when we show example of these behaviors. And at the end of the year, or we have some celebration, we award in public with the family who was the one who showed more the examples of some of these behaviors. And we are leaders. We define that all of us are leaders in any of the roles that we are. And one of the most important things to be a leader is to be example. Example of integrity. Example of all the behaviors. Example of safety, of care of the people, and inspire the others. So we help the leaders to improve all these standards with different tools, different courses, and each one improve the great place to work in the areas they survey. We create a workplace of love and caring. What does it mean that? The value of life comes with in a oil and gas company with the safety procedure and safety goals. We took that first, but wasn't only to see if the people have the helmet, the glove, and everything, but we go ahead. How is wellness? How are you? Many of the accidents that happen in the companies, in the oil and gas company, is when the people are distracted. Something happened. They come with problems for home. So the first question is not if you have a helmet, gloves, and everything, is how you are, how you feel. And they can stop the job if they don't feel safe there. Here is a campaign with the kids, where a campaign with hands. We don't want more accidents with hands. And so they remind them to take care hands with the hands of the kids. And since that was in 2012, something like that, we haven't had any accident in the hands. And we share that with the community and with the families. And they found their own way to express themselves by singing a song and created songs that tells what we want to tell them. This is a song created or composed by an operational person from the community, Willington Peña. Please.
Se ha fomentado el progreso con empleo y educación, mejoramiento del campo y vías de penetración. En vivienda y en salud ya cambió la situación, cambió el estilo de vida de toda la población. Siempre ha sido un buen vecino, el buen trato, su misión. La gente está muy contenta, llena de satisfacción. Lo bueno es que en esta empresa no hay discriminación, pues se le respeta siempre a cada quien su opinión. Se respetan los derechos y también la tradición. Los trabajos son seguros, se apoya al trabajador, dando buenas herramientas, adecuada a la labor. Equipos certificados, con técnica y con rigor. Se respetan todas las normas, sin ninguna discusión. La gente muy competente, un equipo campeón. Seguridad en sus procesos, con buena formación. La meta cero accidentes, se mantiene la lección. Cero daño al medio ambiente, con mucha preparación. La gente toma conciencia que ayuda a la protección de los recursos naturales, porque así lo exige Equión.
And we have many examples of that. I say yesterday, I can finish my conference now. But also, we practice our compassion and we give others what we have in advantage. So we do a lot of volunteering programs around Bogota, around the region with all the people. We take the best of each one of us and we are happy, giving to others. We were in equality and inclusion, and not just gender equality and have the numbers, women, men, everything. No, inclusion. What is the language? What are the messages? We measure it, and we are awareness of our bias. And we were in an action plan every time to improve our action and language. We, as a true leader, we transcend our self-interest. Everything that we do in Equión go ahead to our shareholders, in front of them, beyond them. Contractors, employees, partners, shareholders, community. We share our corporate responsibility practice, we share our HAC practice, and we improve it if they have better idea, and we recognize them when they show the good example of that. But also, we go to our families. And when we did a workshop for the purpose with our kids, and we asked them, what does it mean for your father or mother to work in Equión? They answer us with drawing a lot of hearts, drawing a lot of happy faces, and Maria Alejandra, 10 years old girl, wrote to us this letter. So this is really a responsibility that my words as a leader, or the words of our leader, get to these kids. Also, the bad things that we do and the bad words that we say get to these kids. So that was the awareness of responsibility when we saw this letter of Maria Alejandra, who talked about solidarity, who talked about how to work together and show the values that we work in Equión. But we also transform lives and contribute to the prosperity of the community. How we do that? Assess what the community needs is not easy. Maybe as a company, we think they need something, but maybe they think they need something else different. So we communicate a lot. We create programs, that's the name of programs, and we work those programs through foundation or through organizations that they know how to do. Something that we are doing with those programs is giving second opportunities to people. What does mean second opportunities? We have people in Colombia has been involved in the guerrillas, and the government work with them, and after the government work with them, we open opportunities for them, and it's working very well. That's how we contribute with the peace process in Colombia. I want to talk of one of the programs that I really love. Is Sembrando Joropo. Joropo is the music that you listen, think the song by Willington Peña. The people express themselves by music and dancing over there. So we found a way that the people and those kids can express what happened with them and how to help them. One of the things that we found, those kids study until midday, and in the afternoon, they did nothing, maybe bad things. So we created a school of music around all the region where we work, and we empower those kids. And we listen to those kids, what is happening at home. Familiar, violence familiar, and we work in that. So we heal things that is happening at home in these little towns. And we empower those kids to see possibilities and to dream that they can make a better world. And as a leader, I just learned something like this. True sustainability means conscious leaders caring for people and their family, creating a positive chain of good human beings who care for others and the environment. Thank you for listening. Thanks to Conscious Capitalism for inspire us. And thanks for Conscious Capitalism for inspiring us, really, that gets to Colombia. Damn. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. What is happening with Equión? Thank you, Thomas. We are creating a good company. We are working really good. We have good results. But now we are in front of the contract with the oil and gas contract that we have with Ecopetrol is going to finish in February next year. Until now, we don't have any other contract to manage or operate. Ecopetrol decided that this contract is going back to them. And some of our people is moving to this big company. And we haven't decided any future more than that in those contracts. I hope our shareholders listen us, take in account that value that I showed to you, and do more for Colombia and for the region as a team and as Equión. I hope that happens. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.